Souls collectors, and welcome to another Bossk Bounty video. And as you can see here, I have a box to unopen and it has Hasbro toys on the side. You're all probably wondering what's inside the box, when in reality you're not, because you've already seen the thumbnail of the video. You know exactly what's inside the box, and it is the latest wave of vintage collection figures. But I thought I'd just go through the wave, talk about each figure, not go into too much detail because I will be reviewing all of them on the channel regardless of what media they are from. That is what I do on this channel. I review all of the figures in the vintage collection. So without further ado, if you do happen to enjoy the video, hit the like button down below, subscribe if you're new, and we're going to check out this new assortment of vintage collection figures. So let's get into it. Alright, so let's take Bossk out of the way, and I've already sliced it open to make it easier for the video. So it's a case of figures, and we're just going to lay it down on its side there so we can see, and we're just going to pull the very first one out. So first up we have Mae the Assassin from the Acolyte, and this is what I was talking about regardless of the media, because if you watch my channel you will probably know that the Acolyte isn't my favourite of the Disney Star Wars era. It didn't really impress me that much. VC 328, but I'm sure the figures, in terms of figures, are decent figures. They've got all the articulation and all that kind of stuff, and there she is on the card back, Mae, and I do believe that there's only one of her in this case, but we'll see exactly what the assortment case is like. And the next up we have Osha Anisea, which is Mae's twin sister, if you've seen the show. And one thing that really strikes me about this figure straight away is that, to me, it looks a bit like G.I. Jane, that kind of outfit, but we'll get onto that in the single reviews. But haven't done the VC number on this one. VC 327. So that's two Acolyte figures in this particular wave. And then next up we have Jedi Master Sol. Now, I have actually reviewed this figure already on the channel. Seems like months ago now, actually. I was at the MCM Comic Con in London. Hasbro were there. I had a very small presence there with In Demand Toys. And this was one of the figures that we opened up whilst we're there, and I took it home to review it. But I sent that one back ages ago. So now I've got my own one. And that is Jedi Master Sol. As I say, check out the review, it's already on the channel. VC 329. So that's three Acolyte figures in this wave. And then this one is another Jedi Master Sol. So we've got two Jedi Master Sols in the assortment. Next up we have a figure from Ahsoka. We have the HK-87 Assassin Droid from Arcana, and that is VC 330. This is a repaint of the previous version that we got, the all red one, like the crimson red one. This one looks infinitely better in my opinion, in terms of just the way it looks, basically. So less accessories with this one though, because the previous version came with a blaster, and you don't even get the little electric effects that you would usually get with these types of figures. So that's a bit disappointing. VC 330, but once again, I'll cover all of that sort of stuff in the review. But there's the card back. The figure itself looks better than the previous version in my opinion though. Next up we have another one of those, so that's good. These are packed, two in the case, that's good. Army builder, because I'll probably want to open a couple of those, to be honest. So we've got two Sols, two HK-87s, and one of each of the twin sisters there. Let's move that over a little bit, shall we? Right, so next up we have the Dark Trooper. Okay, so VC 271, so it's a number from way in the past. They missed that number for some reason, and they had to go back and assign it to a figure, and they've chosen the Dark Trooper. Now, of course, we've had this figure before. We had him in a deluxe pack, and this card back's great. Really, really good. Obviously, that's from the scene in The Mandalorian when they're trying to bash through the doors there, and obviously they end up having what's coming to them when Luke Skywalker turns up, which is probably one of the best scenes from Disney Star Wars, I would say, when Luke Skywalker turns up. Absolutely awesome. But as I say, the figure is exactly the same. You just don't get the alternate hands and the fire effects and all that kind of stuff. But again, I probably will open that one to review it at some stage. And then the final figure for the case assortment is another Dark Trooper. So let's get this box out of the way, and then we can line them all up in front of you here. So there's 8 figures per case, of course. Let's just move that back. So right, we've got 2 Dark Troopers, 2 of the HK-87 droids, 2 Jedi Master Sols, and 1 each of the other figures, which I think is probably the best thing to do regarding this particular wave of figures with the assortment in terms of, you know, the assortment split. So you've got army builders with the Dark Troopers, the assassin droids, 2 Jedi Master Sols because he is kind of the main Jedi and what have you from that series, and then 2 of the sisters there. So interesting assortment, of course. As I said, I'm not really a huge fan of the Acolyte, you know, just wasn't really my show, but I will still be reviewing the figures because I'm sure the figures, you know, are going to be decent figures in their own right, regardless of, you know, what media they're from and what have you. So out of all of those, I have got 4 figures to review, which will be up on the channel over the coming weeks and what have you. There's other stuff turning up. Loads of stuff seems to be turning up right now. We've got Cobb Vanth starting to turn up in Australia. I should have that figure next week. And of course we've got the Blurg as well. That is now shipping from Amazon. If you didn't know that, that is definitely starting to ship from Amazon in the US. So I'll leave a link in the description below if you wanted to pre-order or order the Blurg now. And that comes with the Mandalorian as well. So awesome. Can't wait to get that and review it on the channel. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you to my Patreon supporters and channel members as always. Your support means a great deal to me, as you all know. So thank you so much. Thanks for watching, everybody. And we shall see you on the next one.